Hey everybody, Al Puglisi with Howard Zane. How you doing back there, Howard?
I'm doing fine.
And
Always,
it's
always
yes,
fun.
yes, it's another day in the shop with us, and behind me here we have two scale Hudsons that belong to Howard's dad. We're
They're
gonna
both from 1937.
yes, and they're the scale Hudsons from Lionel, and we're gonna talk about them a little bit. But we have a client that has a high rail layout, and we're building him a engine house, just like Howard a couple months ago from the channel, about 6 months ago. Howard built me an incredible two-stall engine house in O scale for my upcoming O scale layout, and then we built a couple in HO scale. You can see it on the channel. You go to items for sale on my playlist, and just click on my playlist and go to items for sale, and you can scroll down and you can see the engine houses. This one's another O scale one, and the client wanted to be able to fit full size Hudsons in this swallowed up. So let me show you what we're doing. All right, Howard, tell us about your dad's Hudsons.
Well, Dad's sort of like me. His groundhog was not fully baked, and he had a thing for Lionel trains, and these things came out before the war.
Mm-hmm.
And he picked these up around 1946, the year after he got out of the service.
Wow.
And he paid the original price, $75 a piece. Now, one of those was being converted to two rail. That was his thing, around the late 50s.
Uh-huh.
But then, of course, I got out of college and went to the Army, and they sold the house, and the rest is history. So I did keep the Hudsons. There were three. It was a third of them. Another one also.
Mm-hmm.
And he loved those things. It didn't like Lionel track too well, the two-wheel track,
Mm-hmm.
but it worked on the. We had early Gargraves. He ran on that pretty well.
Wow, when did Gargrave, they had early Gargraves track back then?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. And Howard sketched this beautiful engine house because there's one downstairs similar to it I fell in love with. And I said, man, I got to have one for my layout. And Howard built it for me and allowed me to weather it. That was the big white one with the brown shingled roof. And we discovered when we put the alcohol ink on the Tamiya paint, it chalked it, gave it that neat
It
look.
looked great, actually.
Yeah, and that video you can find on the channel. But the customer saw mine and wanted it, and mine's about 25 inches long, and this one's going to be a little bit longer, 27 inches long, because we want to swallow the,
Now,
be able to
did he
swallow.
actually just pick up a Scal Hudson at the Greenberg show? Is that what you told me?
No, he picked up, I think, a 700E.
That's a
tin
Scal
plate.
Hudson.
Oh, is it?
700E. That's the
Okay.
original. This.
Well, this thing's really cool. But anyway, we're tweaking the doors to fit so that there's clearance on the doors before we build this thing. And I just thought it was and the customer gave us his Atlas switch he's going to use, and going in with a code 73, a code 72 curve going in. And one of the requirements was that the locomotives would be able to get in there from this switch configuration, which you can see here we're mocking out, and we're tweaking the door openings a little to give us a little bit more clearance. We need a little bit more clearance. And when we're done with this structure, I'll make another video, and folks, we can make you one of these too. If you want one in HO or O scale, you can contact Howard and we'd be happy to make you one. Yeah. So
I agree. Love doing these.
Yes.
Well, what could be better than building these things? I just love doing it.
And we make little improvements. I'm jealous because mine, Howard reined me in. I wanted that A-frame extension on the back, and Howard, I'm glad you reined me in, because you're out of control. You don't have much space on your layout. And Howard made me a smaller shed, extension shed, just in case I don't have the room. And folks, before I completely end this video, in case you haven't seen my build on the channel for my O-scale engine house, this is mine that we were just talking about. It's about 25 inches long, and it was done in white and brown, and Howard built it for me and allowed me to weather it, and we got some really interesting results when we used the Tamiya paint and put the alcohol ink on it. It kind of attacked it and gave it a blotchiness that, quite frankly, we really, really liked. So you can see that the shed here, the machine shop is nowhere near as big as my client's, but Both are epic, epic structures. And thanks for watching. And you can contact us at lpug1@verizon.net if you have any questions about any builds.